How y'all doing today? I'm Amazonian Treasures, and I'm coming with y'all with another read. I'm very excited about this. I'm gonna title this one the Hamitic Curse, and I definitely want to take my time on this because I got a lot of downloads and a lot of things that led me to researching a lot of things. If you know somebody, share it with somebody. This is about us Afro Americans, as they would like to say. Afro Americans. This is definitely something that needs to be passed on and down the line so that everybody can understand. Today, this is will consist of a past life regression read. I said meditates. It resonates with me as well. And the things that's going on. The Hamitic curse. If y'all don't know a little bit about that, I'm gonna get into that. I want y'all to do your research as well. A person that knows does not try to research is doomed to perish because you're not trying to understand what happened in your life, what's going on in your life, why are you like that. You're just staying stagnant, still lost. In the terms of Bible, a vagabond. Am I saying that right? A vagabond, a lost soul bound to this earth to travel. To travel purposeless, without no purpose. I'm sorry, y'all. But I got a lot to talk about today, and it exposed some truth for me this lifetime. Now I know what I'm meant to be here this lifetime. Is a lot of lineages that got into play. If you looked at my reading yesterday, it has a lot to do with your lineage, your feminine energy, and embodying that. It's very important that we make these transitions and these switches. If y'all know anything about the natal chart, it's showing us the opposition. Like each moon that comes in, that does come, is usually an opposition of that most of the time. Sometimes it's to create change. Living on both sides of the spectrum, seeing from different perspectives. I know I always say that a lot, seeing from different perspectives, but that's very important. Very important. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm drinking the hell out of my tea. But anyway, let me get into these channel messages. Please pay attention to these channel messages because they're going to be very important on what this reading is about. These are channel messages that I got while I was listening to the past life regression meditation and other things that popped up along the way as I was doing my research. Maybe things that triggered in my mind that I've happened to remember. And I'm just here to tell you that I am a descendant of Canaan's bloodline. I know people be like, "What?" That I even just said that. It's nothing to be proud of. I mean, how can I say? It's nothing to be proud about, but it is in a sense. Because I now understand why my life is so much harder. Why I have to endure certain things. Why there's a lot of lessons upon my journey. And it's not all bad. It's just depending on what you look at it as a blessing and a curse. And within my natal chart and my Taurus, I don't care if y'all do know my natal chart. I'm highly protected. So if you decide to do anything, that's on you. But me just saying this is gonna let you know. Within my Taurus placement, I have Mars. That deals with chaos and energy, and that's an adjacent opposition of Scorpio. Anything that interrupt my death and rebirth, me transforming my belief system, the way the order of the laws go, anything, divine order, cosmic order, universal law. I'm gonna get into that too and talk about that a little bit. But anything that anybody does chaotic, destructive towards me, I benefit from it. And that was like sort of like the promise on God's well Canaan's bloodline, that God made a promise to Canaan that no one would hurt him or kill him. They would receive, anybody said vengeance on him would receive karma 10 times fold. I mean, not 10 times, 7 times fold. So be weary of that. And two, I just like to say that a lot of us are from Canaan's bloodline. Are we? I mean, we are descendants of that, literally from the earth, earthly beings. We have that trait in us. Um, the people that y'all call outcasts, the black sheep and stuff like that, they are different because I feel like they're a direct descendant from Canaan's bloodline. Because think about it, chosen ones usually go through the most. And this is just a theory that I come up with. Chosen ones are usually of the bloodline of Canaan, and that's why God had marked the promise on him. That's people is just looking for the mark, but the mark isn't being actually having the chance, a second chance at life, or to be able to be on earth to clear your karma for your family. So that's why we were chosen. It's a lot of other people that are chosen for different reasons, but a lot of people in Canaan's bloodline has been given the opportunity, if they seek it, if they answer the call, to be able to fix their lineage. And that's why we were born in certain energies. Like me, for instance, I was born in the 10 of Wands. My path is going to be heavy. It's probably one of the hardest destinies that I have, if I even spoke to y'all about half of the stuff that I went through. I mean, everybody has their story. I'm not on here to do a sad sob story about my life or anything, but now I understand why it's much harder for me, but the reward will be much greater because of I was born into iniquities. You get what I'm saying? And I chose to take on these endeavors to fix my lineage and different stuff like that. Even though somebody is a part of your family, does not mean you come from the same lineage. You get what I'm saying? Everybody has their different paths and journeys. Some people are grouped together as families to be able to, they might have a key or so in this person's life to be able to fit certain aspects. It's almost like living house energy, helpful people that were put along your way, and you might be a part of their journey for another reason. But there's a lot that entails into that, and in life, just being fully aware and being knowledgeable about your surroundings and your background and your history. But I'm gonna read a little bit of this stuff as well. Okay, let's get into it. If you don't want to hear me talk, I don't know what to tell you. This is gonna be a long segment, and it's very important. And for the people that don't really like to hear people talk, y'all might want to actually sit down and hear them out, because the information now I'm giving, this is stuff that I'm channeling from source, my angels and ancestors. I pray to Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel. Those are the three angels that I pray to, because you have to be very careful and weary. My mom taught me as being younger, and then discover as I'm getting older and increasing my knowledge, that some of these angels that they do speak of are fallen angels. So make sure that your source is coming from a direct light, being a good angel. Because some of them were the watchers, they were called they are the fallen angels as well. And I want to, that plays in a lot about the embodying that like fallen angel type of energy. That's the reason why we're back here for a lesson. That's why life is harder. It's a lot more with it. But we're gonna break it down. Just look at my other video about the know oneself. And then now I'm doing a past life regression reading for y'all to get in depth and see why some of y'all that I know, I'm not the only one that has questions on, like why am I subjected to certain energies, obstacles, and stuff like that. But we have a heavier mission. We will most likely become teachers of our lessons. Be quiet, DJ. Please be quiet. We are teachers of our lessons, and we cannot dwell in that dark energy. We're being called to action. Some of us, if we're aligning our energy and we're on the right path, we're getting these blessings. But anyway, let me go ahead and stop talking so much and get into it. The stuff that I picked up was "Look to See a Brighter Day" by Mary J. Blige. I don't know what that song is. Um, Always make me feel like it's no one else but you. Promise to be true for always. Share my world. Don't you leave. Yeah. Promise I'll be here whenever you need me. That might be a song that's significant to you, but it's called, yeah, I had it written down right here. I didn't even notice. It's called Share My World. Then another channel message, Eden. Connect with divine, hear ye. So that, you know, that's back in the days, old kingdom times. It says sheep. And then that song, you say that you're my sheep. Won't you follow me, my sheep? Here's my voice. They come running to me. And you say, I am your shepherd. Won't you follow me? And that's an old church song also. And I feel like God is calling us to action. Some of us has been led astray, or that's embedded in our bloodline. When I was talking about the Canaan bloodline, um, we have a hard destiny, true indeed, but we're strong enough. We have certain placements in our natal chart behaviors. That's why I tell y'all to get into the enneagram that makes it possible for us to carry these burdens, what we would call burdens or generational curses, and to solve them. Um, but we, at one point in time in our lineage, we were led astray. We were, and it's crazy. But another song, "Rain Down on Me," let your love just shower me, and then it's soft as a Mr. Rain that gently touches my soul. It cools the fire that burns in me, and I simply lose control. That's SWV Rain. And I feel like this is a renewal. Like Mr. Rain is like a signification of a love of God from God, cleansing your soul. It said it cools the fire that burns in you. And I'm necessarily thinking about it like as toxic traits, the bad behavior. And I simply lose control, controlling the spirit, allowing them. You let spirit take over and direct your life. And then there was that Kiki Watson, I think that's her name, Kiki Watson and Avant. Said nothing in this world like you. I love to bring you joy, so much joy. All the little things you do, it's all about you. That's another one song. I don't know what it's called. Is it Nothing in This World? Y'all just, tell me what song, comment or whatever. I know my abilities to sing it ain't all that, but I'm trying to get y'all to get the tune because this song might trigger you if you don't know necessarily know the title. And there's certain significant messages in here as well. And I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth as well. I'm sorry it's taking a long time for me to do this, but I just want to make sure I get all of these notes out that I have wrote and channel message. Also, a message of cancel, clear, delete, uninstall, trash, erase, remove, permanently, disposal. Sorry. It was a message of cancel, clear, delete, uninstall, trash, erase, remove, permanently, disposal, fierce fury, enabler, toxic town. And I heard this, have mercy, but I heard it as have mercy. And that's why I said I was going to name it as the Hamitic curse. And it's going to be important. Before I even pulled any of these cards out, I let spirit direct me on what I need to, which way I need to go. But it's also a song by Chloe, Have Mercy. What is it? Flossing Like I Do. Flossing Like I Do. Something like that. Whatever. But Chloe, just look it up at Have Mercy. But I heard it as Have Mercy. But I see with the cancer clear and delete and uninstall like a hard reset. We're getting a second chance to prove our lineage, and maybe we just came back at this time as a descendant of Canaan's bloodline in order to clear this lineage. Maybe they needed our help on their end to, or we just descendants, period. This lifetime we had to live that life to clear this. We were the only ones strong enough to do it or whatever. So don't look at it as necessarily bad. It's not, how can I say it's not bad, period. It's just that depending on which way you take your direction, you will have to, it's gonna be hard. The journey's gonna be hard, but you gotta be willing to clear it out. Like you gotta be willing to do what you can. But it said generational traits everywhere, meetings, livestock and lifestyle, and I think that goes back with Canaan and Abel when Abel gave that sacrifice of the fruits of the land as far as like his vegetable, his vegetation and stuff. And Canaan gave the sacrifice of, his animals, his blood, his best livestock or whatever. But I heard right here, kinship. I don't know what that means, but I got kinship out of it. Kinship. And oh yeah, and I wrote down here in quotations that Chloe's son have mercy, too busy flossing. That's something with the Canaan's bloodline. We too busy focus on the things that don't matter. We have a lot of toxic traits, and I'm just saying this that you might have a lot of heavy Sagittarius placements or Capricorn placements um in that area. Yeah, it's a lot of toxic traits that you're gonna have to get rid of and solve, and you're strong enough to do it. But let me go back before I go into the message as far as what this is all about. Let me go backtrack, and like I said, y'all, it's gonna be a lot of information that I have to do. But I got right here marker Cain and toxic traits, devilish behavior, and DNA. That's the marker Cain, and we have toxic traits, devilish behavior, and the DNA. Let me bounce back to way back here of my notes. No, I'm gonna just go ahead and move forward. But the marker Canaan is the toxic traits, the devilish behavior, and the DNA. Right here, I said you got heavy Capricorn traits, heavy Earth traits, a lot of placements in their area, earthly DNA, world traits. But it said with that marker Canaan, like I said, God made a promise to him that anybody that shall come up against him, try to kill him or harm him or cause harm, they shall get cursed 7 times fold. And then I got another message like, curse without cause will not prosper. And that goes back to that situation, no weapons formed against me shall prosper. So pretty much God did not say in the line of work that you would get hurt. He said that the plans that your enemies have for you, it will not work. We're soldiers. And I gotta go back to that, and that's why I was thinking about it in the significance of Jacob ladder. Like I said, I'm just bouncing all over the place. Just take the information as it comes. And anybody that goes up against his brother or whatever out of like jealousy, enviness, or whatever, you're ultimately cursing your own bloodline. You do know that you're just adding baggage and stuff like that. And if you're one of those Canaan bloodline people, this is resonating with you. You battle harshly with toxic traits, addictions, toxic behavior, being karmic, like staying in that low vibrational energy. You battle with your lower self versus your higher self. You're always indecisive. Um, Having that angel and devil on your shoulder, Gemini energy, it being indecisive. They said that is the lovers, the twins, that twin energy trying to balance your shadow and light self out. It's hard for a reason. It's not meant to be easy. And like I said in the other video, be gentle with yourself because your mission, like I said, God in that other breed, I was talking about a secret purpose. Your purpose is different from everybody else. Your journey is going to be hard, and people may laugh at you and, like I said, clown you and stuff like that. But you benefit from that. That gives you the power to be optimistic, to look at the brighter side of things. And also, this is significant. What I'm gonna get into as far as the Hamitic curse. This is significant. Exposing people in their vulnerable moment when they're down and lost, sabotage, or doing in the sabotage energy, embodying that energy. People that are mocking you because you're down and stuff like that, and God can easily turn those tables around. So y'all have to be aware of that. Like I said, with that opposition energy, you can gladly be up at the top of the wheel and be at the bottom of the wheel tomorrow. But exposing people in their vulnerable moment when they are down and lost, this is how the curse set in place as well. This is like the Hamitic curse. This is the basis of it, just like in a physical form, like just talking to y'all, just exposing people in their vulnerable moment. That goes back to why was it Noah curse? If I hopefully I got it right. If I'm not right, Ham. And let me get into it. Ham, like I said, Ham mercy, black people curse. But like I said, the curse was already set in place for Canaan when he spilled the blood of his brother, which I'm going to talk about right here when I get into the reading. Spilling the blood of his brother, his fellow brother, out of jealousy, envy, pride, the seven deadly sins, which the number seven is very significant. Passion, partnerships, love. And I was talking about that as well, not being jealous of what someone's planting in their garden versus yours. Your path is different. Your garden, your stuff might be stunted and you don't understand why, but don't get mad at the next man because their things are prospering. They got the blueprint, they healed it. You don't know what they've been through. So that's something that needs to definitely be healed in you that I have picked up. But we were set already a destiny with karmic, very heavy karmic generational curses to be, to clear. We were vagabonds, lost souls. But God promised upon our life, anybody that set vengeance, no one will kill him, not kill him, or they will receive karma sevenfold. And the reason why we have heavy lessons as well, the reasons why we have heavy lessons as well, because as Canaan, he was not ashamed of the sin that he created. In the Bible, he said that his punishment was way too much for him to bear. He didn't really care about what he did. He just cared about the punishment. So we're here to carry on the lineage. That's why our lessons is harsh and more erratic, because we have to realize it might take a lot of more times for our ass to be whooped to get that aha moment, to get that realization. Stop being hard headed. A hard head make a soft ass. Just always remember that. We're very hard headed, strong willed individuals. We wrestle against God and our purpose, even though He sees the brighter thing. He wants to bring us in good energy. We're afraid of the unknown. We're pretty much hard headed. Like, just want to overall just say that. But Ham mercy, black people's curse. Abraham religion, African people. Canaan who was cursed, not Ham. Afro descendants, referring to Islam. Ham punishment, it goes back to either Sodom, Gomorrah, Babylon, those acts when we were acting of impure. We are those lineage of those people. Noah's grandson, if I'm not right, y'all correct me. Looking upon his nakedness. Um, Pretty much Noah cursed Canaan's descendant because he could not curse Canaan because he was a direct descendant of Cain. Like I said, God put that promise upon his life. Um, he could not be cursed, or that person will receive curse upon their life seven times fold. So he cursed Ham because Ham was the grandson. I feel like that walked in and seen Noah in his nakedness, and he was drunk and unclothed. But that goes back to the thing I said, exposing people in their vulnerable moment when they are down and lost. That is very significant. This it has set upon the curse, us picking at people, not understanding that that person may be down for a reason, but they're going to blossom. If you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. If you're not giving them a helping hand, you're just sitting there talking about them and stuff like that. And the other grandsons, I think they came in there and came in backwards in Noah's tent and had their backs turned and threw garments on him to cover his nakedness, his vulnerability. They did not make a mockery of him, shame him for what he was going through, and that is significant as well. This is we're down here to learn empathy, compassion, love. That's the highest energy and the frequency. We're trying to embody that as being a descendant of Canaan. We're supposed to bring that love back in because we did not have the empathy, that whatever that love and energy in our heart for us to kill our brother. You know what I'm saying? Our bloodline to have that wickedness within us. It's our time to clear it. Um, and it's just that, just not making a mockery, having that compassion and empathy or whatever. But Noah cursed him and said, "Cursed be Canaan, a slave shall he be to his brother." Like I said, it was already written. It was just like a replay. It was already written with Canaan's bloodline. He literally was a slave for spilling his brother's blood. Like, he could not bear any good fruit. Like, and his bloodline is reaping these, like every time he does, they go into the cycle until somebody clears the generation of a generational karma. And the curses is gonna keep going down this, and it's probably called to action. Some of y'all Canaan bloodlines are stepping up into action to do this, to clear the energy. Like I said, the past life that I have lived, I feel like even if it's not this lifetime, but this is still some stuff that is pulling over from a past life. Sometimes we're coming in a lifetime to solve multiple lives. How can I say, will the multiverse come in? Multiple life situations, like a big lesson overall, like to clear the lineage. I know y'all, it's hard for y'all to follow me, but try to follow as much as you can. But the Hebrews and the Canaanites will have to share. This was a curse as well down the line. They said the Hebrews and the Canaanites will have to share the land with their conquerors. That was to be enslaved. Like I said, slave to their brothers, to their fellow men. We were slave and bondage to people that were enslaved in the mind, not seeing clearly, like they enslaved us. But it's a hell punishment. God, Solomon and Gomorrah, Canaan. Cain promised from God no one can curse him or harm him. But some of y'all are here to clean. I'm just giving you a backstory of it. It's a lot more to it. I'm going to get into this as well. And just follow me. Okay, the Hamitic curse. Like I said, I got a little more information. It's significant about Babylon that took place in Babylon. That was another set and place of time. Like we cursed our lineage multiple times. We were just building karma and karma on top of karma. But Israelites used this as a justification to enslave the Canaanites, black Ethiopian slaves, because of their negative cultural perception that blackness held. Pretty much, we're experiencing this today. Like um, and if it's overall a whole just lineage of Canaans, of black people are maybe descendants of Canaans. We have different descendants of different that plays a different part. They're coming to clear their lineage karma or whatever to live a good life to put us back in that harmonious state. But it's just being looked at, perceived as a certain individual. It's just that we were going to be looked upon and looked at as vulnerable, like lack mind state. We were looked at as not having a good perceptive on our culture, even though our culture they steal it and copy it many times fold and over. Um, we were supposed to our blackness should is supposed to be shamed, and it's like our curse of, as far as like I said, we have made a mockery, and as in our blood lineage, y'all, we have enslaved many as well. And that was probably just going back to the Egyptians, the cursing of our lands and our people. It just has played in many parts. This story has lined up with many segments in life that has been cycled out, many cycles. Even with that on my table, it said Jara, earth cycles, right action. We have gone through this many life cycles. And I got other information which I'll reveal through while I'm reading, doing this reading. But let me go back to the first page. And these are just channel messages. Like I said, this information that I feel that you should know. And like I said, lifestyle. So what's name did his best livestock, and that's what gave him his lifestyle. He became a vagabond, a lost soul. And some of us that are down here are lost souls, cursed to wander the lands without purpose. And it's time to wake up to that. I mean, we are many mixed races and lineages in between. Like we are all connected, interconnected. Period. All of us have Canaan, Cain bloodline. Because I mean, on down the line, like I said, Cain. What was it? I said something in here. Oh yes, Equinox, and this is a fun fact. Equinox was the son of Cain, and that was the person that was here that witnessed the as far as the fallen angels that got pictures, dreams, and interpretation of the fallen angels. He was back there during that time, so you can just imagine how the storyline goes and how old this lineage goes back. was just a fun fact that y'all should know. But it's called the Hamitic curse. That's for the Afro Black people. Well, Afro Americans or Afro people. So please get this out to any black person. You not black person, Afro person, Afro. Okay, but anyway, let me get into it. Okay, right here, this first card, my karma card right here. Let me straighten myself up. This is dealing with Pluto. This is death and rebirth energy, and it's in the opposition of Taurus, which is right here. It said the need for control of an obsession with a power struggle. The answer: resurrect, get to the heart of, do or die you must. Pretty much, it said the need of control with the obsession with the power struggle. Like I said, we are the Canaan people, the descendants of Canaan. We have a power struggle within ourselves. It said resurrect, get to the heart of it, do or die you must. You have to clear your lineage this time around. We are being called to action. And I think this is significant for anybody that's like trying to pray or get in touch with spirit or just want to know the levels of angels and how it works in the hierarchy, who protects, who does what. The second hierarchy, uh, Caritas, spirit of wisdom; dominion, dominance, spirit of motion, virtues, might. I hope I say this right. Exousia, spirit is Exusiai, spirit of form, power, revelation. The third hierarchy is Archie, spirits of personality, primal, beginnings, principals. Archangelos, spirits of fire, archangels. Angels, son of life, son of twilight angels. Hierarchies, this was something that I picked up on, and they explained it a little bit more about what happened in the beginning and how things came to transpire. It said the hierarchies failed to reach the goal of purpose or purposely forego a normal development of a whole series of retarded beings. Not saying that we're stupid, but how can I say disconnect from the heavens and earth, like connected to spirit. We were openly living amongst the angels and the beings back then, but we lost that connection. But he purposely, I feel like they purposely made us beings like that who turn spirits of adversity. We were born out of adversity. They are not evil in themselves, but they provide adverse influence which man has to deal with. We are the barriers of our consequences and the lineages and the we of our foregone fathers. We are the barriers of the lineage. Yes, our life is hard, but this is what our lineage created. We have to be strong enough to fight it. But this is the pretty much how things trickle down as far as karma and how it works. Like the people back then, we were descendants of people way back then, and we're still fighting this because maybe they were waiting for us to be born for our lineage to be cleared, or whatever. It just however the story plays out for you. But it said resources to maintain the practicality of results from the productivity. As far as being able to change your belief system, how things were, following divine order. It said your beliefs, the cost of, use the most direct way. Pretty much your beliefs is gonna cost you a great fortune if you choose to switch your belief system, embodying that positive traits and getting out that Canaan aspect of it, you in the DNA, the toxic behaviors, the devilish behaviors and different things. And the Taurus was clarified, and like I was gonna tell y'all, it was clarified by hell. I hope y'all can see that hell. Kanaza, fire knowledge, and Archangel Michael. Like I said, some of y'all are direct descendants of Canaan. Shoot, I could be too. Everybody I feel like has that in their bloodline because we are a whole mixed race, regardless if you like it or not. But Archangel Michael has been protecting you, even though your lineage has caused these things. And two, I noticed this at the beginning, the temperance right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. The temperance, the tower, and the Ten of Swords. That looks like also when Abel, I mean Canaan spilled Abel's blood upon the earth. Y'all, that's crazy. And they both is like they both got fell from grace that day regardless. Like they fell from grace. One was murdered and one fell from grace. And the angel was right there watching, and I guarantee it was Archangel Michael watching the whole time. But when they was cast out or kicked out, he was kicked out for the iniquities of his parents as well, Adam and Eve. That was kicked out the garden because if you look right here, sitting significant back there, I hope I can see it. That path back there where they was kicked out the garden, and now they had to balance things on their own. But they always had an angel right beside them protecting them. That also that promise that mark on his head right here, and that's why I said the chosen ones go through a lot of iniquities, and these are why. And I'm trying to just break it down about why some of us suffer more than others. Your divine purpose is much very much a secret. It might have been a lot of secret aspects that you didn't know about it, but it's probably coming to the light today. But also a lot of you are having a lot of blockages and stuff like that in your belief system. Are these are the ones that are the angels that are fighting the archangel Michael's fight unseen fights or blockages that are coming your way that you don't necessarily see. And also any obstacles and stuff like that, they are protecting you. They're trying to protect you at all costs. um And this is also being in that defensive energy, fighting back. Like I said, that strong willpower. And I just want to go into the story of talking about Jacob. And that's definitely significant about Jacob's ladder. And I'm going to talk about this information. I'm going to be in and out with this information as well. But like I was saying, it's Jacob's ladder. This is very significant as well. And I can't wait to get down here to talk about the high priestess because it'll show you how um, this plays into it. And I want to talk before I say the Jacob ladder, but this is your justice on your life. These organizations, these higher organizations, these elites are meant to keep us in a hell. A hell is a state of mind, chaos, um, just bullshitting around, paying attention to shit that does not even matter. But divine order is going to be restored, and that is your justice to your bloodline. They have been blocking us for a long, long time. But anyway, and I want to talk about this as well. I'm trying to see where this, yeah, with the divine order and the hierarchy organizations. Um, this is very significant as well. Should I just read the Jacob's ladder one? I think I'm gonna just read that first so y'all understand. But Jacob, he was an interesting character. I know y'all heard of Jacob's ladder, and heard of things like seven rings of heaven. They said they had seven rings on Jacob's ladder in the Bible, and there's seven levels of ascension. Like you said, God completed the, which I'm getting a channel message, completed the earth in 7 days, and I feel like those are seven levels of ascension. If you physically think about the Bible and how it plays out, those 7 days represents things that we should do. The seven levels of extension, the Jacob's ladder. I don't know how that plays in for you, but the seven rings are the keys to lead slaves to freedom. And I think those are seven levels of portals that we're jumping through as we ascend or whatever. And they don't, these organizations, these elites and stuff like that, they don't want us to get there. And when I say organizations, don't think I'm just always talking about the elites. These can be families, lower people that just don't want you to have on your destiny, groups of people that teams up together that got a common interest in y'all losing and not making it to that path that you need to make it to. But Jacob's ladder is represents ascensions, the four interconnected worlds, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more down the line. But God also made a promise to Jacob to be with him, to make his family into a great nation, and to bring them back from Egypt. It's significant. Like I said, these things I've been talking about, they coincide and they are connected. These lineages and stuff like that, it started with Cain, but I think a lot of people that are chosen are within the bloodline of Canaan because we were born in iniquities, and that's why we were chosen to solve our history, our karma. Like I said, they could be telling me I'm a descendant of Canaan. It's no shame in that, but it's up to us to choose, where we're going with this, how we're going to correct our life. And like I said, God chooses anybody. Think about it. Moses was a drunk. Was it Moses? No, Noah was a drunk. I forgot what Moses. He was kind of hard headed in the sense, a little bit, but a strong willed people. God, it seems like He chooses strong willed people. He makes us out of example to prove to y'all that anybody can change. But Jacob was a liar, runner, cheater, pretender, but God forgave him of his sins and used him to send Jesus into the world. Pretty much, God, like I said, the mark was the gift of foresight. The gift of foresight, it identified Jacob with the obligation and the inheritance of people chosen by God in Hamitic religion. Jacob wrestled with God, strong willed. He dislocated. God did this. Like I said, God would, like I said, a hard head make a soft ass. God dislocated Jacob heel, which gave him a limp for the rest of his life. Some of these things that we're not paying attention to and not trying to switch, God is putting us in a predicament to allow the devil to come in, or that toxic behavior you are been into the cause destruction upon you, because that's the only way you're going to learn your lesson. Like I said, we are descendants of Canaan, and that's why it's harder for us. We a hard head make a soft ass. That's definitely a line that definitely came from Canaan's bloodline. Sometimes God will allow things to happen so you can sit your ass down, so you can understand it and come back to Him. Like I said, for the rest of life, you had this limp. Like I said, no weapons formed against you shall prosper. It won't work. But He did not say you would not get hurt in the line of duty. It said, "Well, let things happen to you so you can experience like a different rebirth, an ego death." And this is funny as well. Something I seen. I don't know. I just laughed at the cards. Uh, how can I say this? Now, when I was speaking of Jacob's ladder, y'all gonna laugh. I mean, y'all might not. I'm just probably childish or whatever. But it looked like right here somebody is stealing, like they trying to take your ladder down, like they stealing steps of your ladder, like that's what they, and it's underclarified in the Taurus. They're trying to take steps and not bring out the information, even with the ones that talk about speaking. They're not speaking of the truth. These organizations that now they want to set justice because they know they're going to hell for the knowledge. Like I said, the fire knowledge that they possess. And Archangel Michael is protecting us. He's getting that truth out for them to speak up and speak up the truth. They know they have to give that back. And that's funny. It's like they trying to dismantle your ladder. Like they don't want you to ascend with the sun right here. They don't want you to be awakened. They don't want you to actually live a life that's not bound, living in the matrix and stuff like that. Which is hell is a state of mind, torment, mental chaos, no peace. Hell doesn't actually have to be a place. It can actually be an energy. And that's why I said, even with body in your DNA, the sun also represents vitality, life. This is something that has been placed upon your life. We were tricked, tempted, or did it out of ego and pride. Most of the things that we did, now it's time to be gentle with your healing and forgive yourself so you can clear your lineage now that you know this. And right here, like I said, the 12th house energy is unconscious. They're probably doing magic and stuff like that on your dream states, or you might just you being in that toxic energy has lowered your vibration where you're not able to manifest. And with it says the 6th house and the 12th house, there's adjacent to each other. Health and unconsciousness, like being conscious of your health, your mental health, your mind, body, and soul. And like I said, at this moment, a lot of us with the sunstone, you can have this around you. They're making us get into the energy of being leadership, or leadership being generous. I mean generosity and blessings to come in. But they need us to be in that energy of six, rising up, be making healthy choices, not just unconscious behavior. They don't want us to be operating out of the 12th house energy with this high priestess if it is closed and disassociated. That your dream state can be off, your intuition can be lacking, or whatever. But the sixth house also talk about health, routine, wellness, pets, and stuff like that. Maybe you need to get stuff under control, get a routine, healthy choices, and stuff like that to step into these leadership, generosity, generous energy, and to receive blessings. And this is being of service as well. Let me read the karma card. It says, service to others. What is good for us? Your work. So pretty much putting in that work, healing, and clearing this generational these curses and stuff like that is going to put your family in a position to always harvest for many years to come and stuff like that, or making it easier for the next person to come in place. It says service to others. What is good for us? Your work. This is something that is good for you. This is what you're sent down here to clear your lineage. And it might seem like bad, but it says a slave, like it's not saying a slave, like if it's under God, it's not like being bound or a slave. This is a contract that you signed before you were sent down here. It's actually being a worker of God, a messenger of God, whatever He put you in the thing as. It said, as a full time job, serving, do it a little at a time. That's why I said be gentle with your power because you got a long way to go. It's not going to be easy. They said do not overwhelm yourself, and I was even looking at that with my schoolwork. It's saying being burnt out, talking about being burnt out. Make sure you embody those healthy things. I know it's one practice as far as like self my like 10 minutes of self body mindfulness, like sitting down listening to your body, just let the energy flow, just really evaluate every aspect of your body. How does it feel? Or you feel like you're overburdened? Just like a self check, like self-care. You have to embody that self-care with the sixth house, incorporating good wellness affirmation with your mental checks, physical checks, spiritual checks with source, and eating of good food, harvesting, planting the right seeds, gardening, um, just connecting back with your oneness with self, being in that loving energy. But it's as a full time job serving, do it a little at a time. Some of them are calling y'all to have these businesses. Like I said, you could be a cook or somebody of the sort. With this magician, what I see right here is a person that definitely cooks and stuff like that. They have all they need to get this business or this restaurant or anything that you're manifesting. You have all that you need to do it. Yes, you might have some obstacles and things placed upon your life, these generational curse, but that should not be an excuse why you cannot do what you need to do and stand in your power with the King of the Ones and stand up and speak and take the action. Get up off your throne and get your ass up and put in the work and do what you need to do because you are a high priestess. You are the carrier of divine order. And I even got information on that that I want to talk. And this is to get you in your the 10th house energy. This is where your north node lies. I don't know if y'all get the 10th house energy. This is where your north node lies. Jara, earth cycles, right action. You can see it. It said reward, time of peace, happiness, fruitful season. And like I said, with the gardening, the seeds that you plant, you're getting an investment of it because you're waking up. You're no longer in that 12th house energy, or you're embodying that 12th house energy instead of being destructive with that 12th house energy, being in an illusion, not waking up to your cause. You're using it, letting them guide you with higher communication through dreams, frequencies, meditation, anything that's good and healthy for the soul, because you are the high priestess. No, no, you're not. Not right now. Um, but you are the bearer of divine order, and I want to go and talk about that a little bit. If a lot of people don't know what the high priestess means, and right here, the fourth seal. Like I said, and these are deaths. It's having a whole bunch of deaths around the world. Like this could be death from rebirth, or these are um deaths that are detrimental towards you and your lineage. You could be very well important to your lineage from dying off. I'm sorry, I'm scratching my leg. But let me read the what's now. I know I'm all over the place, but that high priestess being an initiate. The high priestess is the carrier of divine law. And on these two things with that B and J, if you don't know about it, and if you're a tarot reader and you still don't know about it, the B and J, that is, I hope I can pronounce it right. And I had a segment on that, maybe on my YouTube or on my page, where I talk about Boza and Jachin. Just I can't pronounce it. It's Jachin and Boaz for Bozak. But just Chin and Bozak, that's actually balancing your shadow and light aspect. You are the carrier of divine law because you are a balance. You are balanced within yourself, with your feminine energy. Like I said, it's different aspects. We have to balance the shadow and light aspects of our feminine, the shadow and light aspects of our masculine to make a whole. And that's where it said the four wands. If you look at that, that is four people balancing within themselves both aspects of it, and that's being able to jump through that portal. That's why four is significant, being protected as well. But that means being in touch with your feminine energy, balance, feminine, learning, love, compassion, empathy. King Solomon asked for wisdom. This is what's significant about King Solomon. These two pillars right here with the Bozak and the J, these are King Solomon. This is King Solomon temple. This is a chosen one for the carrier to be the carrier of divine law. But King Solomon asked for wisdom in order to better rule and guide his people. Freemasonry could be significant or religious architecture, carrier of divine law, the structure, the hierarchy organization. Pretty much you're a part of an organization or you're an initiate in your line of work or whatever you follow. It doesn't have to be in masonry or religious agriculture site, things embedded like that. You could just be overall spiritual. But that was the first temple in Jerusalem. The parallel represents a bridge between heaven and earth, closely connected to the Kabbalah, the tree of life. You're a knower of all, not saying of all, but you embody that God-like energy. You're a messenger of God, pretty much. Like I said, you've been going through these iniquities and stuff like that, your bloodline, but it was set in a place so that you could be able to push out divine law. This is your part of your lineage. This is your rewards to push out divine law, and you will be fruitful. But also, I want to talk about this: the 10 to the Kabbalah, the tree of life. If you don't know about it, the Kabbalah represents our vessel. It's a lot more. I just encourage you to read on the Kabbalah. I'm just going to drop you a little information about it. The Kabbalah has 10 to 11 nodes, paths, pretty much 10 to 11 houses. Those are paths. Those are north nodes on there. But I got the 10th house, different paths, choices you can choose, different nodes you can live, different destinies. Um, 22 archetypes connecting the nodes. These are 22 different paths. That's being a master builder. That's the life path number 5, which I am a life path number 5. And my master number is 22. It doesn't matter if y'all know this, I don't care. Any spell work or anything you push upon me would not work. I'm going to still keep on preaching this because I'm a messenger of God, obviously. But the Kabbalah represents structure and dynamic of existence, which coexists of cosmic law, divine law, universal law. And that is also dealing with the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, the big three, balancing your mind, body, and soul. These are things, they're showing us how to balance out the cosmic law, divine law, and universal law. It's different levels of it. And like I said, even with the 7 rings, those are 7 different heavens of completion. The Kabbalah is a tree, our vessel. And if the ones that understand you follow up, you understand what I'm saying. These are 7 levels of ascension within ourselves. The 7 basic chakras that we got to understand and unlock down here, the knowledge that is hidden behind it in order to ascend up Jacob's ladder. Like I said, anybody can be chosen. I mean, anybody can be picked, but being chosen is answering the call and actually doing and setting forth and believing in God and sitting out on the path to get the information back and to carry divine order regardless. Okay, as I stated, this was about the Hamitic curse upon the Afro people. And it goes, I feel like this is just, it's entailing, it ain't just about one curse, it's entailing about many curses that was placed upon our lineage or whatever. Um, One with the fallen angels, that Egyptian thing. I think it went back farther than that. The when the fallen angels, that was a curse placed upon our life, following their teachings and stuff, being blinded, doing wickedness and stuff like that. Solomon, Gomorrah, Babylon, different little things. The Hamitic curse about the Canaan, and Canaan and Ham or whatever, when they was looking at when Ham was looking at Noah naked or whatever and exposed him his vulnerability or whatever. Um, Adam and Eve, when they were tempted and ate the apple, it necessarily doesn't have to be an apple, but and dive into the hidden knowledge and got tempted into, it was a lot of temptation, a lot of following up shit that we shouldn't. And this has cursed us many times forward, our bloodline. It's just like we always get tricked, and even just like the Indians and stuff like that, back like even in during their days, we always get tempted by things, by materialistic things. When God has blessed our lineage with everything, when we always get tempted by an outsider, to do otherwise. And out of pride and jealousy, and then too with that Chloe, that have mercy, and I'm gonna read that over. That what's the name, so y'all can understand it. Um, uh, let's see that. Yeah, it said cancel, clear, delete, uninstall, trash, erase, remove, permanently disposal, fears, fury, enabler, toxic town, have mercy, generational traits everywhere, meetings, lifestyle, kinship. Woo! Pretty much gonna put an end to that shit. Like, we are our own biggest downfall. Like, and if we don't get it right, we will be cancel, clear, and deleted. And if you go back into my thing, I said the only race left behind. We're the only race that's still dwelling in the past instead of building something new. But in order, if you're going to dwell in the past, get some information from it and use it to prevent it from happening again in the future. Like these earth cycles, they said right here, the right action, understanding that we're in cycles. But anyway, this is when he spilled his Canaan killed his brother and spilled the blood, even back with Adam and Eve and stuff like that. This is like when the world had to be reset, a hard reset every time on the clear does, and God is getting really sick and tired of it. I don't think he's gonna be too much resetting the earth too much. Just saying. But there will be justice against these elites or these people that worked against you or whatever from getting to where you need to be. But there was justice being served. Things that happen in the shadow will come to the light. These blockages and stuff like that. Like I said, justice. That's like I said, Archangel Michael holding the sword with the temperance. He was there. I feel when our angel, they just, I mean, they were there, they watched. Maybe that about the fight that took place with Cain and Abel, how Cain killed Abel, and this was exposed because he was manifesting this in his thoughts. He was manifesting this in his thoughts. And then this is giving me the most high looking down, like I see your actions. I see I'm the creator of you. I made you, so I know what you're doing and what's on your mind with the high priestess. I know which path you're gonna take. But he was really hoping that he picked the right path. You know what I'm saying, with the sixth house. But instead he went the unconscious way. And that's what got us into these cycles, these generational curses. Why it's so hard to stand in leadership, being generous and receiving blessings, being in that 10th house energy, um, and having these death and rebirths. Some of us are tormented. We're stuck in hell, and that's what's not. He had to go through hell. He had to be wander as a vagabond. How they call it, a lost soul. What y'all call it, modern day zombies. Being unaware, sleep in the mind, not being aware of your surroundings. Thinking we're crazy for being aware and awake when you're the one that's not. You're a vagabond, pretty much. And I like the name of it and how that sounds. It sounds worse, a vagabond instead of a zombie. That hopefully that put a little more pep in your stuff about clearing your lineage or whatever. But let's clarify this: the temperance in the tower. Yep, all your iniquities and things like that. You're a wounded warrior, yes indeed. You're a wounded warrior. Yeah, you have to carry it. This is very significant for people born in the 9 of 1s and the 10 of 1s. Your destiny is very hard, but you will always have an angel to protect you right there, sitting right there with you, guiding you along the way. You know what I'm saying? You might be battered and bruised, and things might be going. You might feel like you fell from grace, but it's always somebody there to pick you up. And yes, you will experience a lot of betrayals, a lot of movements being knocked from your throne, rerouting changes, a lot of things. You have a wounded warrior, but you're tough enough to go through these different rebirths, these changes very quickly and heal from it. Let's clarify the tower and the 10 of 1s. Yep, death. And like I said, it even represent when the tower, when he spilled his brother's blood, you see how somebody's right there and he's trying to ask for forgiveness. He's not, like I said, and he's mad because I feel like when I was stated right there, Canaan wasn't mad about his actions. He was really mad about his punishment. And that's why some of us experience harder lessons because we're not, would we really be sorry if we never got caught? Would we be really sorry if things weren't favorable for us? Would we really tighten up? God wants us to lean on him even when things are going right. But this was a death that what's the name caused. He wasn't sorry about the sin he created, but the punishment that he received. So that's why God they said have mercy. The have mercy, it goes in like it said, like I said, I heard have mercy, but it's tuned in to have mercy. He was saying have mercy on me, and God made a promise upon his life. You will pretty much you will be put on this earth to clear your own lineage, the transgression, your iniquities, the adversity that you created for yourself. That is your punishment, that's your blessing and your curse. Unbelievable. But he was mad about this death fight. He was just mad about the punishment. Because like I said, look how he looked on this car with the wounded. Like, yeah, and think about it, the land was became desertous and stuff like that. He had the wheel, he had the garden. He didn't have that person that wielded the garden, and the only thing he's producing is sticks, nothing prosperous on it. A death, a physical death, and he had to wander the lands, like I said, being a vagabond. Because he betrayed, he spilled his brother's blood. And this could also be on the sense of you have betrayed a lot of people. If you're not in the energy, you're still dwelling in that Canaan like energy. And that's why God had to have make a tower happen in your life for you to go through a death and rebirth. Yeah, it might hurt. Yeah, it might have sting, but what were you really doing? Was you following divine order? Okay, let's clarify the 10 on source to the justice. Like, and it was clearly justified. This was justified to set you free. Like I said, even when Canaan did this, he was set free because of that. He had to go out into the wilderness with the little that he had, all that he had, and set out to the wilderness with this desertous land and stuff like that. And leave back behind, as you can see, I feel like there's mountains and water and stuff like that. Leave the comfortable state here where he had once love and compassion to be a vagabond with the sun beaming down his back to travel the desert, to wander, to be a lost soul because of this, but it was justified because of the death. And some of you are experiencing death in your life right now is in order to set you free from the betrayals of the bondage, or even within your heart, if you still harbor pain and you have not forgiven anybody, that's why you're still stuck in the state of the 9 of 1s being stuck. You need to release those burdens and stuff like that. That's how you clear your lineage to set yourself free. When somebody you're mad at somebody and stuff like that, you are allowing them to have control over you. And like I said, and this is justice for you to be set free for your lineage. You are protected. You just need to do a little bit of shadow work and understand why you're going through this different rebirth and why these changes are happening in your life. Clarify the justice with the 5 of 1s. Yes, and until you do that, I feel like you will be blocked from success. And it's a lot of people that does not agree for you to be picked or chosen with the circle right here, with that circle on the head somewhere with the high priestess. They always have a circle, even just like the rod. I feel like that's a symbol of the chosen of the third eye, having that foresight, like I said, with the that was his divine purpose to have foresight that'll help them to protect them from danger and stuff like that. But a lot of people don't agree with you being chosen. They don't, and they are trying to block your path. And this is as well. It's a lot of people that has come up against them, but they were blocked and exposed. And then too, anybody that's getting in the way of you trying to clear your lineage and stuff like that, taking the missing steps and stuff like that, just not trying to tell you about things, teaching you these skills, the resources to maintain that has shut you out, has made your things harder. Like I said, life harder. Like I said, these people are getting exposed at this time. Exposing people in their vulnerable moment when they are down and lost. That's not what God put us on this earth. Anybody in their energy will be blocked for success. They will be blocked until they realize this and go through the obstacles that needs to put them in place to understand and change their belief systems. And you need to be keeping looking forward and focused, no matter what anybody, their belief system or what types of behavior they're in, or however their life is going. You keep looking forward, and look these blockages in the eye, and you can be successful by actually paying attention and being self-aware about these blockages, not being oblivious like I don't see it. Opening your eyes with the sun card, exposing the truth to what matters to you, your bloodline, and how you should solve things, and how you should live life. Clarify the 501s and the sun. Like I said, use your intuition, let it guide you, your belief system, following divine order. Like I said, it was cosmic law, universal law, divine law, being aligned with that. Being, like I said, the sun and the moon out here is well, that's balancing your shadow and light aspect of you, and you will be successful and you'll be able to go to your north node. And I know this is a long segment, but it's very important, and it's very important I get this information now. But balancing it, that's like the Erica Badu song. He became the sun, I became the moon. Precious gifts that we both see. Could this something be made believe? Oh, 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 oh. But anyway, but he became the sun, I became the moon. Balancing your shadow and light aspect of yourself. And that's what we, with the Canaan bloodline, to become successful, we have to build that up and fix ourselves, follow divine order, the hierarchy, on high, I can say that, hierarchy, organization, the line of divine order, cosmic law, universal law, not bending rules, going through the steps, stop trying to skip steps as well. You're gonna have to go through this, and you gotta follow divine order. As much as you want to skip steps, you can't skip healing. Clarify the sun and the magician. Yep. Your source is, and that sun represents source to me as well, giving you this divine power, giving you all that you need, anything that you manifest, and he is bringing it to you at this time, so that you can build this organization of, and then it represents the Kabbalah with the hierarchy organization that could be the tree of life, building your lineage. He is giving you the keys, dropping the keys with the intuition, being balanced your feminine energy in order to be able to do this. That we are all stepping in our power. Power. Most of us has set these boundaries and stuff like that. We've been in our masculine energy, but now it's time to balance the feminine energy. He's calling for that because the feminine energy, in order to be successful and move to go through this transformation, this different rebirth that you have been fighting through for the longest, you have to embody that feminine energy. And that's why Cain and Abel, that's the way that they'll clear their lineage, to embody that compassion and empathy. Like you said, like I said, when Ham went in there and was laughing at his grandpa or whatever, or yeah, his grandpa about being in a vulnerable state. It's just like this, laughing at somebody transgressions, their adversity and what they going through, and that's your brother or that's somebody of your lineage. How are you helping? You're a part of the problem if you're not helping solving it. And picking at somebody when you can very well be in that same energy. Just crazy. How you laugh at somebody when you got stuff that you got in the closet that you don't like to speak about. God keeps your secrets. And just like that, just think about it. They can easily be exposed just right then and there. Just like you exposed that person when they was in that vulnerable state, made fun of them, laugh at them, he could put you right there in that position. And it's possible. The Magician and the King of Wands. Yep, like I said, balancing that shadow and not only, like I said, the masculine and the feminine. Balancing that shadow and light aspect of the feminine aspect, balancing the shadow and light aspect of the masculine. Setting those boundaries, these borders, that is going to give you a safety net with sword. But if you just need to take the action, you have all that you need. You just need to take the action. And that's just like that to me, that looks like the barrier of, like, say for instance, I see a lot of stuff in these cards, but like with the high priestess, that's the first structure of becoming the high priestess, building those pillars right there to protect your vessel, your home, your space. This is a safety net from source. It's going to be fruitful and multiply. You see all this fruit and everything at the top of it. I can't make this shit up. This is the structure that you need in order to become the high priestess, to carry divine order, to step into that divine order. And you have all that you need. And this is a person that you just need that. You got the one to do the building, your passions and everything, you're driven to build this pillar, to build that protection, that safety net with source. And to step into the portal with the 1111, where everything is balanced. Okay, the King of Wands and the High Priestess. But as I can see, you're indecisive. You got to have that compassion. You see how she got the swords. Her eyes see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, type of whatever, fall in divine order. And then too, it's representing to me as well. Your heart space is blocked off. You're indecisive about stepping into your power. You have all that you need. What is has you worried? Or maybe you just don't see it. Let me see. Let me look at this a little bit more, cause and also in order for you to be the high priest, you have to have the empathy. So your heart space is blocked out. Let's see. You need structure as well. Being in the King of Pentacles energy as well. Being disciplined, structured, sound on your decision making. This will make you feel more comfortable being able to solve problems. Like I was talking about in the reading the other day, and it's probably significant to this, to be able to be structured in your mind, picking something and sticking with it, and following the orders, the steps. Okay. Yeah, with the steps. You are a starseed. You come from a starseed family. You are a part of this lineage that I am talking about. From the oldest to and then they look at somebody looking down, looking. I feel like looking at his descendants and stuff like that. But for they're showing you divine order. They've been dropping the clues and hints about the steps that you need to take in order to get into this energy. But you're steady being in this win at all cost type of energy. And I wonder, like I said, that's I ain't know if I cut my video in the middle of me talking, but it's like not clear your lineage. You always want to snake people, backstab. Like I said, that 10 of Swords. Being unclear with your motives while you walking off with people's minds, like just wondering. Like I said, a vagabond, just wondering. It's different stages. You're like, oh, I won. Now you they're like, what happened? Now you over there crying in despair. Stop being in this energy. This is what your lineage was built off of, like all the bad traits. So you have to fight against it. The King of Pentacles, and oh wow, that popped out. You have to bring that to an end. You have to be able and willing to step through that portal. Like I said, this is also look like the barriers and and about those hierarchy organizations. I was talking about some of those angels and stuff like that. These are some of them, and that's got something to do with Mummy Walters. I know y'all need to look that up as well. And it's dealing with the fallen ones and stuff like that. But that's the reason why you were sent from heaven off your throne or wherever you came from. Like I said, I see hell on the board too. Some of y'all souls have been recycled from that. Some of y'all are not of good, but this is the reason why you were put on this earth. But it's up to you. You only carry that trait, that those traits, that personality, those behaviors. Anybody can change their life, but it is people that are bad down here that are down here to cause wickedness and only wants to cause destruction and chaos. But this is why you were placed down here. You had to go through the portal as well to come down here. Naked, vulnerable, starting over new, not knowing anything. But you were protected. They always watched you through this cosmic mirror, as I can see. They always watched you. You were always divinely protected with that barrier being tied. That was your father. Yep, there was something out here to work. You need to work on that. Fix your generation back up. You're at the Eight of Pentacles, so you're almost there. Now you, I feel like the Eight of Pentacles, you just experienced death, dead, inheritance, things like that in your eighth house. That's what it represents. Death, dead, inheritance, psyche. Maybe all these things are been transforming. You've been working on each individual step, and that's why I said be gentle with your healing. Any step is a good step towards a righteous path or going on the right what's name. And this is also building up, like even with Moses building up the Ten Commandments. Maybe you're at the eighth commandment. I don't know what the eighth commandment is. Maybe somebody can look it up and tell me, maybe in the comments later. But building up your lineage again, building up your falling stars, waking them up. This is your job, your service with the sixth house. As a full-time job servant, do it a little at a time. Like I said, taking your time, building yourself back up, your lineage. Yep, with the emperor standing in your power to get restore yourself and your lineage back to his throne. This is a father, a protector, coming to the most high. What else? And walking away from these illusions with the Eight of Cups. Like I said, it's significant. Eight has something to do with it. A lot of eight, a lot of losses and finances, love relationships, actions, like communication, bad communication, misunderstandings. A lot of that. Um, Building on things with the wrong energies, walking away from these illusions. And this could be also guiding you through your dream state. Like I said, this is like past life energy. Yeah, the wheel of fortune taking you to your destiny. They're guiding you as a compass, telling you to guide you. They're guiding you through your dreams, and that not necessarily that the water also represents intuition, communication, divine communication, spiritual communication. Um, Love, compassion. They're walking you into a more of a simpler energy, like embodying that feminine energy, more of a calm, peaceful state. And like I said, the hierarchy organization you see is different ones right here watching. Out of your destiny, it's a lot of you have a lot of angels to support around. Let's clarify the deaf and the fool. Yep, they're guiding you. They're guiding you through this transformation. Yeah, you might have had a lot of stuff lost, but you gathering what you can. You see how this water is rough, but this one is still. You go into a more softer state. They're transforming you into more of your softer energy, using more logic, being more strategic, being more disciplined. Like I said, being more balanced in your mind, body, and soul. Being grounded. And a lot of you too, I feel like y'all still they're guiding you, but you're holding back because you still have some of these toxic energies that you need to heal with the star to get to your north node, and that's right on top of the six of wands. Let's see what you're holding on to. Okay, some of it is simply y'all not moving y'all feet. I'm sorry, y'all, that I did all that. I was trying to get something off my lip. Felt like my lips it was like kind of funny, but anyway, a lot of y'all not taking a step. Y'all know what y'all need to do to change their passion, your actions that you need to change, but you're not taking the step to do it. That's what you're holding on to. And some of y'all are holding on to a third party. Third parties don't necessarily need to be relationships or anything bad or whatever. Anything that is causing you, how can I say, that you put in the forefront more or less things that you deem to be more important than your spiritual connection or your health or your healing of yourself, your mind, body, and soul. Anything that does not need to go along with you don't necessarily have to be a person. And this could be a relationship as well, baggage. Yep. And a lot of y'all need to learn how to juggle money, balance finances. Y'all having the up and down energy with your finances and stuff like that because y'all not taking the actions to make sure that you're secured. Some of y'all are not taking the actions to make sure you're secure. You're just sitting there and just relaxing. And this guy, if I turn this to the side, it's like somebody just laying on the couch, not doing anything. But this is to gain a higher perspective about your toxic traits, the things that you are doing. A lot of y'all are simply just lazy and don't want to do the work to heal as well. This could be in your finances, your actions, your passions. Yep, to stand in your power to be this emperor. If you want better, like I be telling y'all, you can't be a billionaire if you don't have a billionaire mindset. If you don't set yourself up for that position to receive that blessing. God be trying to bless us, but we're not in that phase, and we wonder why things don't happen for us in that season because we're not in the position because we're standing still. We're holding on to the lesson that we learned, but what are you going to do with that lesson to apply? So how are you going to use that in the future to apply to your settings to move forward? Don't stay still and act like a damsel in distress and wait for somebody to come and save you. Like I said, somebody come and save you, rush in to save the day. Because sometimes a source will give us blessings to save us or whatever, but we have to put in the work as well. We have to have as much passion as he has for us to set forth and to take the action to do what we need to. Like I said, some of y'all in opposition of it, you're against it. You're going against the grain. This stuff is flowing the opposite way, but you're facing the other way. You feel like you're a giant. A lot of y'all need to have an ego death with this clarifying right up under the air. Some of y'all have not experienced the ego death yet, but you will be. You're gonna feel like you're going through hell. Like I said, here's to compass these blessings and stuff like that. Some of y'all gonna experience these ego deaths there, and then this just look like it's just this big. What is it? It's too big. It's too wide. It's too strong. It won't fit. It's too much. It's too tough. I talk like this 'cause I can back it up. You got a big ego, such a huge ego. Yeah, some of y'all egos big. And like I said, that strong will, when I was talking about Jacob, he choose anybody. So don't think because you're in this position, like you've been doing this a long time, that you can't be chosen for this new beginning. You have the one in your hand. And these are major arcanas. This is coming in soon. What I say, coming in soon. I just said it. This is coming in soon. This new beginnings. If y'all have not been bound to your belief system, or you see your clarity and you're fixing yourself and getting into that energy, you will be blessed financially. New beginnings, and it's coming soon. Travel. Um, like I said, you'll be bearing fruit as well for planting the right seeds. And some of y'all are confused right now on what you need to heal or these traumas that y'all need to heal. There's a lot of traumas that you're not facing. You leaving them in the shadows, not tending to them. Okay, and then some of y'all are worried about what you invest in. You have this one idea, but if you invest and actually move your feet, this thing can be prosperous. It can be very fruitful. Like I said, that safety net. Also clearing those investing in the wrong things, like things that it brought you trauma and stuff like that. You need to heal that. Leave the past in the past, but also reflect on it to build to make yourself stronger. These are and two, you might be like, oh, all the stuff is going on in my life and stuff right now, but look at these baby steps that you had too. You started right here at point A with this one star, but now you went there, boom, 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 investing in your time. It may be hard work, still might be emotional traumas and stuff that appears and resurface in the background, but it'll be all right. You gotta definitely make you fix your emotion to look into it, that you are chosen, you are blessed. And like I said, the angels is little angels around as well. Up there, down there, you are surrounded by loving angels. God wants you to come to him and reconciliate. No matter what things that are going on in the background, distractions, stuff like that, he wants you to have a healthy relationship with him. Seek him. He's gonna be the one that's gonna pour the gifts in and put the blessings in. He might send helpful people along the way, but he's the one that is the supplier, who's the giver of emotions and love that keeps pouring into you to make your garden grow. He always brings something in. And you're beautiful in his eyes. You're a queen of wands. You could be a fire sign of some sort, but he looked at you as beautiful and powerful. You transform with the sunflower right here, and you're very lucky. You're very intuitive, and you do have shine. How can I say? The guardians of the angels that are the guardian of sacred places. You got two of them on each side. So, a part of the Mummy's Water Tribe. If you don't know anything about that, and you might have a platform as well. Or you just a beautiful individual. But I see like something that is hindering you, and if you look closely at that card right there, it's like a little fight and things that might have happened in the past and stuff like that. It still has you worried up at night and stuff like that. That is blocking you from your happiness or seeing your happiness. Let's see. Yeah, spirit was like, don't reflect on the past, look to the future. He's putting this opportunity in your face. You need to pay attention to it. He needs you to be more disciplined and more focused. You need to stand on your truth. How can I say, just being disciplined in your mind state, your mental state. Stop reflecting on the past and being emotional about it, because that's what's got you stuck in your head when this is supposed to be a happy moment for you. Like I said, to set judgment on these toxic behaviors, these things that are have you out of line, and seeking the truth and wielding the sword properly. This could be speaking and stuff like that. Calling judgment. Yep, because you're the empress. You embody that love and energy. To these people that are cloaked, they're hermit. And this could be also judgment on you, self-reflecting on that you are the empress. Doing research on your empathy and your part because you felt like you was left out in the cold. Or these energies that are left out in the cold, they gravitate towards you because you're an empress. And if you notice, there's a lot of light depicted in this picture right here. And these energies right here, lost souls that are wandering, like I was talking about, the vagabonds, they are you're here to call judgment upon that. Speak by speaking the truth, lovingly speaking the truth. But these, they are attracted by your light. Because at the bottom of the deck, because you are chosen. And they desire that light too. But they don't know how to get up to establish that. There's a lot of healing that had to take in place behind the scenes that they didn't notice. Like I said, your belief with the clarifying with the Taurus, with the Hierophant, the order structure that you had to go in to heal. You had to go through divine cosmic laws, some karma with divine, the cosmic, universal laws, divine laws, like everything had to be set in place in order for that. And yes, you were strong willed and you might fight against it, but it's going to come to pass. You're an initiative, a true speaker, giving out those messages lovingly, and you're protected as you do as well. And stop reflecting. Like I said, anything that's water under the bridge that has got you stuck from building your home or your vessel or anything that you're building, stop worrying about it. You have two more cups behind you, two more another partnership or agreement or something, like I said, behind you coming in. Like I said, just fix your lineage and send in that feminine party, making healthy choices, being in that healthy energy. Don't you want more for your what's name, and rush and do it with passion, but please protect yourself in the sense. Or you're highly protected. And like I said, with these Egyptian things, you could be a lineage of the Egyptians with these pyramids back here. And they had you bound at one point, but you had the strength to build up an organization. What else, Source? And move forward. And now you're going to protect it. These are officiants. These are people that sit in place to protect you as well. Star thieves that might be cosmic, galactic, what's not even the strength that is physical protection on the physical. But that's all I have for y'all. Hopefully, y'all keep staying prayed up and took this as informative and do your research on this as well. Teach me some things. If you find out some things, please teach me as well. Hit me up so we can further research this together. Like I said, y'all have a beautiful day and keep on striving to be better. Thank you.